A wise man once said, "We'll never know our full potential unless we push ourselves to find it." Do you sometimes feel that there is more to you, but you just cannot get a grasp of why you are not feeling you are living your best life? Well, it probably is because you indeed are not living to your full potential. And no, this is not about being successful. Rather, it is about how well you think you handle your day-to-day dealings. It is about how satisfied you are with your habits and your relationships. As a Sigma male, it becomes even more evident. So, what signs prove that you are a suppressed Sigma male? Hang around to find out. If you have not subscribed, please do that, so you can join like-minded men in staying sharp and focused. 1. You have come to the realization that the majority is often wrong. The world is built on a system that assumes the majority is always right, and that the majority has to determine the fate of everyone else. This is the system democracy is based on. It is also adopted any time a decision is to be made in most groups. If you are a Sigma male, you would have already noticed that this assumption is critically flawed. This is a common fallacy that can lead to serious errors in judgment and decision-making. Why do people think that the majority is always right? There are several psychological and social factors that contribute to this fallacy. One of these fallacies is based on what psychologists call social proof. This is the tendency to follow the behavior or opinions of others, especially when we are uncertain or in a new situation. Sigma men do not think that being new to a situation or environment is enough reason to follow the direction of everyone else. These lone wolves know that it is a serious fallacy to sacrifice their critical thinking just to follow the crowd. But that is how most human groups work. They simply believe that the majority is right. They assume that if many people do or think something, it must be correct or appropriate. For example, we might buy a product because it has many positive reviews, or vote for a candidate because they have many supporters. That is social proof, and it can be manipulated. What if a politician manipulates social media so he can seem popular? He can use his money to control the mainstream media. We have seen this happen too often. So, what is the value of social proof? It means nothing. You as a Sigma male have realized it. 2. You are often angry. Anger is a natural emotion that alerts us when something has violated the natural order of how we think things should go. Sometimes anger does not come from the conscious mind, but from the subconscious. When this happens, you will discover you are easily irritated, and you may not even know why you are being grumpy. This is simply a way of expressing your lack of fulfillment. When some Sigma men face this problem, they mistake this grumpiness to be part of their character, not knowing that the constant anger they have is because they are being suppressed. It is a way of venting out your frustration subconsciously. If you take time to think about it, you begin to understand what is really going on, and only then can you begin to address the problem. Anger is also a natural, adaptive response to threats. It inspires powerful, often aggressive, feelings and behaviors, which allow us to fight and defend ourselves when we are threatened. A certain amount of anger, therefore, is necessary for our survival. Anger can also be a messenger with valuable news if we stop to hear it. It can tell us that we deserve to live and that we have not normalized the injustice of what happened to us. Begin your journey to being your best self by first paying attention to why you get angry easily. Until you answer this question, you cannot become a Sigma male that is living his fullest. 3. You resist the bandwagon effect. This is similar to the social proof fallacy that we discussed earlier, but different. Social proof is usually more of a mindset trickery, but the bandwagon effect is induced pressure. In this case, you don't feel you have a choice. It is as if you must follow the crowd, or you suffer mob action. Sigma men do not follow the mob, because mobs are primal, and they do not think things through. Mobs are swayed by emotions and sentiments. There is no such thing as a reasonable mob. Even if the crowd was spurred by a great cause the Sigma man believes in, he knows that the crowd would always get carried away by reasons that are not based on logic or truth, but driven by feelings. 4. You engage in self-criticism. Sigma men think more critically, and this means they criticize their own thoughts and positions too. If you find yourself analyzing a situation and even criticizing your own analysis, then it shows you have a depth of thought that is rare. Psychologists define critical thinking as a way of thinking that is self-directed, self-disciplined, self-monitored, and self-corrective. As a Sigma male, you are not satisfied with accepting arguments and conclusions at face value. You question their own and others' assumptions, biases, and perspectives. You seek to understand the context, purpose, and implications of any information they encounter. This is not a popular way of thinking because people find it hard to think. They prefer being told what to believe. But you are always interested in the bigger picture before making your conclusions. You have an interest in the whole story and not a fraction of it. When dealing with multiple parties, you listen to all sides before reaching a conclusion. And when you reach a conclusion, you are ready to accept you are wrong when more information is provided that proves you wrong. As a man, if you find it hard to relate with people at this critical thought level, then perhaps you are a suppressed Sigma male that has not come to the full realization of your personality. Most personalities would not consistently engage in self-criticism. So if you do, know that you are a lone wolf. 5. You don't appeal to authority. Sigma men don't just accept something because one famous person said it. Sigma men don't care who said what, rather they care about what is being said. Yes, Sigma men would acknowledge the wisdom or knowledge of other brilliant minds, but they would never appeal to the authority of anyone. This is the tendency to trust and follow the opinions of people who have high status, expertise, or influence. We assume that they know better than us and have more valid reasons for their opinions. For example, we might believe a doctor's advice over our own intuition, or a celebrity's endorsement over our own experience. The question is, can doctors be wrong? Absolutely. Because he is a doctor does not mean you have to accept everything he says. A Sigma male would not be afraid of asking the doctor to explain a situation better, instead of just accepting everything said. He would want to know his options or even seek the opinion of other experts and make a logical decision based on that. The fallacy of appealing to authority can lead to people believing in propaganda, falsehoods, unfounded conspiracies, or dangerous beliefs. It takes a Sigma male who does not care whose name is attached to a statement to challenge that statement. This does not mean Sigma men don't listen to and appreciate the contribution of great minds. They do. But they don't accept everything hook, line, and sinker without questioning. This fallacy is also related to what philosophers call confirmation bias. This is the tendency to seek and interpret information that confirms our existing beliefs and ignore or reject information that contradicts them. On the opposite end of the spectrum from those who appeal to authority are those who engage in confirmation bias. Such people only want to listen to things they already agree with. This is common with those who are extremely religious. They would simply never listen to what other people have to say. Such people also tend to be narrow-minded. They tend to favor the opinions that agree with their bias and dismiss the opinions that disagree with them. For example, they might read news articles that support their political views and avoid news articles that challenge them. This is not the way of a Sigma male. 6. You are never comfortable being unproductive. Ever wondered how some people manage to be super efficient, always hitting their goals, always on schedule, and they never slack on their job? These men are not superhuman, but they do have a different way of thinking and acting than most people. They have what we call the productivity mindset. This is the mindset that drives the Sigma male. As a Sigma man, you have a clear mission and vision. Because of this, you are always eager to get back to achieving the things that matter to you the most. You don't want anyone to mess things up for you. Often when family or friends come around unannounced, it can be a problem for you because you feel like they are messing up your plans. Rather, you prefer having things done based on careful planning. Even visits have to be planned because the fact that you seem available does not mean you are available for frivolities. Sigma men know what they want out of life and why they want it. They have a sense of purpose that guides their actions and decisions. They don't get distracted by trivial things or lose sight of their long-term vision. These men align their daily activities with their mission and values. If you are extremely sensitive to how you spend your time, then it is possible you are a suppressed Sigma male that needs to embrace his personality so you can achieve your potential. 7. You have a keen sense of observation and can read people well. Finally, if you have a sixth sense that makes you very good at predicting people so much that people can barely surprise you with their words and actions, then it is highly likely you are a Sigma male, but just not yet conscious of it. The Sigma male personality is simple but deep. Having several of these traits is proof that you are one, and you need to develop your personality so you can live your best, not allowing society to redefine you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and watch this one as well. Thanks for watching.